Thank you very much. Sorry. Gail was asking a question, I think, this morning. Jill, you were just asking how do elephants suckle? Do they use the trunk or do they use the mouth? It's a very, very good question. The same goes, we could also extend that through to adult elephants. How do they drink? So let's get a bit of a response from you guys, those of you that want to sort of chat to us a bit. How do adult elephant drinks? Let me try that again. How do adult elephant drink? Trunk or with their mouth? Baby elephant, in the beginning when they're born, I mean this one is now quite a few months old already, so it's not a problem, but the first month or two after being born, baby elephants have got very little control over their trunk. This one now, if you watch carefully, you'll see he's, well, playing around mostly at the moment because he's pretending to be doing something to make a pretend reason for being close to us. He's actually investigating us. That's what he's doing. He's coming to check us out. But he's pretending to play with the grass and the sticks in the process because he doesn't want to seem sort of, too eager. But look at the trunk is what I'm trying to say, is that he's got good control. He's pretending to eat something. Okay, now what's he going to pretend next? He's pretending to break a stick and eat nothing. Awesome, guys. He's literally coming to have a look at us. This is awesome. Hey, little dude. You're awesome, dude. Yo, this is amazing. And suddenly there's no other adults. He's like, whoa, I'm all alone. What happened? Come on, guys, don't leave me hanging here. Okay, we're going to go play with him. Yes, yes, there we go. Come on, off you go, full charge. Look at that. Yeah. This is possibly the best elephant-baby interaction I've ever had. This dude is amazing. I've got goosebumps at the moment. Yeah. Magic. Magic, magic. I told you, I can promise you we're going to see something awesome today. He's waiting there for us. Wait, he's going to give us a fight. He's hiding just off to the side there. Just to finish that answer quickly. Baby elephants suckle with their mouth in the beginning. Well, the whole time, actually. They use their mouth. The trunk is the nose. They drink with the mouth and the lips. Wait, he's coming. He's coming. He's coming. He's hiding off in the bushes here to the right. What I'd like to do, and I mean he could lose interest now as well, but we can start a little game with him where we can pretend to go away when he chases us, give him that feeling that he's giving us a fright. I used to do it more with grown-up elephants, sort of young bulls, but this is just such a brave little guy. Oh, here he comes, here he comes. One big female here behind us. Way! Do this. Now we do this. Wait, see, now he's chasing us. He's confident. We're running away from him. We're running away. You know what, I'm just sitting here thinking, well, firstly thinking that this really is one of the most amazing interactions I've had with a young elephant. You just get this really nice sense of personality and character about this little guy. And it really is true. I said it earlier today, and you say things, and doing what I'm doing at the moment, this job, if you can call it that, I feel a bit like I'm, not really honest if I say this is a job. I mean, this is a pleasure. But I said earlier today that, I can promise you we're going to see something amazing today. And sometimes you say things like that, and I think people don't necessarily take you seriously. But I've done many thousands of game drives in my life now. I don't even know how many, but many, many, many thousands of game drives. And every time you inevitably you see something, you experience something, you feel something that is amazing. And today was just a highlight to that again. You never know what's going to happen next. And something magical, unexpected, unimaginable even, can happen, not even just now and again, but often. But yeah, this afternoon was, well, still is, not was, still is very special. But that charge earlier, that full run, full tilt down the road, that I remember for a while. I got a couple of pictures as well, which is awesome. Well, a couple of you might have missed what happened just now. We just had very, very special interaction with this youngster. He's now lost a bit of interest. He's still giving us an eye now and again. He's still curious. Might come back up again, but came right up to the front of the car. I mean, at one stage I thought he was actually gonna touch us. Had a bit of antics and playfulness and head shaking, and ran down the road when he realized he was all on his own, but then turned around and ran full tilt. I mean, as fast as he could go without falling, I think, right down at us. And it really was something that, it was comical in its seriousness, if you want. I mean, this guy was doing a serious mock charge and also just playful, and there was just so much there that I can't even put into words. I think this is the mother. I was trying to figure out earlier, as you if you joined us for the whole drive, who was the mother of which calf, because there's two young calves here and there's two females that are suckling them, but she's definitely the mum of one, and I think she's the mother of this guy, because they're quite separate from the rest of the herds now. I was just thinking that usually I share a lot more pictures with everyone. It's just been sort of back-to-back days since we've arrived, and I haven't really gotten into downloading any pictures yet, but I'm going to try and see if I can't make a plan tonight and just get one or two images out from this little elephant this afternoon. He was absolutely special. We can call him Ragnar, after my son. I'm going to have a little selfish emotional moment at the moment. Speaking of names, guys, thanks so much. We've had so many responses again to that female with the tip of the trunk missing. We will look into more of them, but that name that we mentioned earlier, and I can't remember it off the top of my head, my Shangaan's not fluent. The name for shorty or short in Shangaan, I quite like the sound of that. I think we'll have a bit more chat on the social networks, and by tomorrow so we can finalize it. Or next time we see her, we can finalize it. But that Shangaan name earlier, I really like the sound of that. Good afternoon, James. Great question there again, speaking about mothers and daughters and elephant sort of social behavior in the herds. James from Kansas City, you just asking, would a mother play a role in selecting the male that would mate with her daughter? To an extent. I mean, I don't think it's sort of a formalized ritual. In other words, it's not like a couple hundred years ago when one family decided, listen, you're going to marry the daughter from that family, and that's how it's going to be. So it's not quite as formalized or ritualized as that, but you certainly do find that the herd itself has got a say to an extent, which bull will mate with a pregnant with an estrus female, And I would certainly think that the matriarch, in other words, the most senior cow in the herd, would play a role in that as well. And it's not something they just decide on a day. It takes normally about anything from 1 to 3 months before a female actually selects and allows a male to mate with her. Just making sure that there's enough time for all the big males that are in must, which is the male equivalent in elephants of a female in estrus, that they have enough time to find the females, court, compete with other bulls that might arrive as well too, so that by the time they're actually mating, you've got the biggest best candidate genetically for it. Here's the other young one again. Now, the one that was playing with us is off to the left. This is the one following or walking around with that young female that we saw earlier on. And again, I don't think it's her calf. I mean, she's big enough to have her first calf already, but she's not lactating at all. So I do think that's just a babysitting job. And I was going to say just now as well, it's great, and this is never to take away from so many of you that's been on drives many times, but I'm sure you would agree with me, because you, just like me, I know all of you have been cheering and rooting for this to go sort of big for many years, but it's so nice to hear new names. James, I was just thinking of you. I don't think I've ever had a question from you before. Brilliant, guys. Thanks for taking the time to speak up and ask something or say hello. It is as easy as that. Quite tempted to go have one last look at this youngster. I think it's not sure where Hayden is now. He's still busy on his exploration drive for the afternoon. But Awesome. There was a plan is hatching. Trust me, you guys are going to like it. So I'll tell you about it shortly. But there's the big female. Where has the youngster gone? Further in. Well, John, nice to get feedback as well. John from Connecticut is just saying that elephants actually use their trunk and their mouth to drink water, and that's actually very true. See, sometimes one assumes or presumes something when you ask a question, John, and you answered that question brilliantly. And in exactly that, sorry, I'm actually just thinking of how good that answer is, because the answer that we were thinking of is mouth, because elephants drink the water with their mouth, but they do use their trunk. The trunk, guys, let's just put it in perspective, literally is an elongated nose, a very long nose, so they can't actually drink through the nose, although technically they could, but we've all felt what that's like. So they suck the water up into the trunk, but not all the way through to the sinuses. They suck it, hold it there like you would with a straw, and then put it in the mouth, blow it back into the mouth and drink it with the mouth. But thanks for that feedback, and good answer. I'll remember that for the next time I get that question. John, and then I was thinking of something else which I forgot what it was now, so I guess it doesn't matter. Let's just have a last look in there again. A couple of Ellies next to the termite mound. Let's see what they are up to. A couple of different ones. Oh, sorry, there's a big hole. And Jill, I think we might be able to show you part of what you were asking earlier. Jill was asking earlier, oh no, now they're moving. If elephant calves suckle with their mouths. This one was about to suckle. Hello, ladies. Ah, they're amazing, huh? Amazing animals. And you know what? we had such a brilliant moment with that elephant. Oh, there we can see it. Jill, everyone else, and especially for your question earlier, have a look. The elephant puts the trunk back over the head. There you can see the trunk popping out above the young elephant's head. And it's busy suckling from mum, getting a good drink of milk. Now this calf is definitely old enough already to eat food and even survive just on normal food. But the conditions are good, enough food, enough water. Mum is still lactating. So if there's still some milk around, why not? I see her mammary glands are not that massive anymore, so she will slowly start weaning this calf off now over the next couple of months. But coming back to the young elephant, he's off to the right now. And as I said, I was hoping to maybe just show you even a picture of that charge earlier from that little baby, because it was brilliant. He also had a thing in the front of the car when he stood on his back legs. You don't see that often. But we can do much better than me showing a picture on my camera. We're going to show you a quick replay of that. So enjoy this. I know if you missed it earlier, you're going to be super happy to see it. If you did see it earlier, you're going to enjoy it even more. It's a bit like seeing Roger Federer doing a diving volley, you know, and you can watch it again. So enjoy it. I've got a double smile. I know it's difficult because a double smile sort of turns into a circle, but I was just sort of listening through what you were looking at now. Absolute magic. That was something that, yeah, I'll remember for a long time.
Definitely one.
And also the fact that we can look at it again. That's very cool. How far we've actually come over the last years, that's very exciting in itself.